We are many. Those that live beyond the veil of darkness, where nightmares are born. Sanity knows no bounds, and men's thrives on the suffering of the dead. Rots in the solace in the souls of the weak. We have taken refuge here among the mortals, in hope of harvest from our innocence. Tread lightly in the search for the voices and stories of the departed, for in shadow hides the evil that lurks within. As the light dies and slowly becomes night, the realm of spirits rule the world. In the darkness of your mind hides your own hidden demons, and brings to life your deepest fear. Do you have what it takes to speak to the dead? Do you accept your own mortality in the search for life after life? Have you ever seen a ghost, spirit, or demon? Have the lights flickered, and the room became as cold as death itself? Maybe you have. Maybe it was your own subconscious preparing you for death. Come spend some of what's left of your own existence in our search for the answers that are hidden behind the veil. Shed off the blinders and open your mind's eye and listen to their stories. We are they. We are incarnate paranormal.
And what is up, everybody? How the hell you doing? Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. No, I did. I think I put on a couple pounds, but yeah. Got my Moscow Mule, got a bottle of water somewhere, and we're going to get back to some audio. I know Wednesday night that I basically broke away and for the new viewers went back to the best of so they could see some of the EVPs we actually got. We got to get back on track over to the recorders, keep going, and just grind through and hope we find something. Because honestly, so far, 15 EVPs into the second recorder. I don't know, TM. I haven't looked. I think a couple of them might have. I'll have to look after the show. We're 15 EVPs into section 3 of the second recorder. We have one more section after this to go. You do not have any bots. I don't think I do. I shouldn't. A lot of people come and go, though. A lot of people that I haven't seen active in forever. But anyways, I don't know. That being said, yeah, let's get on to some audio. We're like an hour. We're an hour into section 2, or section 3 of the recorder. Streamer bots for chat commands. Chat bots been screwed up for a while. I have Streamlabs as a bot, but it doesn't throw up mods anymore. I don't know why. It doesn't throw it up as a mod. It's been funky for a while. I don't even really pay attention to it. There should be, but that's another story. Let's get on some audio and we can talk about that while we're doing it. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm not going to do it during the show. I've done that many times and it doesn't re-add them. Uh, when I'm offline, yeah, I'm going to have to. Uh, Vex's dead, then via Sims, commands, timers, quotes, extra quotes, giveaways. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, but if I bring anything up, it's going to bring it up onto the main screen. I'll take care of it later. I'm not even worried. It gets to be a Streamlabs chatbot has got to be a pain in the butt. Cars. We're really not looking at a whole lot on this recorder, are we, guys? If it all goes the same way, just on night one, we're going to get one EVP. But then again, we have the recorder that I left all night. So that's another thing to think about. Yeah, I am still full from Thanksgiving. Ain't gonna lie, it's definitely put on a few pounds. But that was so much fun Wednesday night. You know, getting that raid. Seeing 20 people in here was fun. The most clear sound voices where you are there. Yeah. And there's Windsor. What's up, buddy? How the hell you doing? Happy Friday. Doing good, doing good. Thank you. Little still in kind of a partial food coma, but I'm good. Trying to get caught up after that little sidetrack from Wednesday. Had a nice sidetrack Wednesday. Falling asleep early all week. Yeah. I pretty much just sat around watching movies all day napping. It's like I really didn't have motivation for shit. Watched a couple people streaming. Watched a couple movies. And I did go to the store. Had to get some milk and had to get a piece, get one of those oven pizzas and something else. And I've been lazy as hell all day. I should have started to stream earlier in the day. It's like I didn't have the motivation for it. So yeah, we've still got we still have 13 files to go through on this recorder for not for night 1, 2, and 3. So like I said, we got a ways to go on this recorder, which I'm okay with. Definitely okay with. Yeah, we're looking at a dead section, guys. And I'm keeping a list off to the side of areas for the future investigations. We're just not going to put freaking recorders static. We'll go into the areas to investigate, but beyond that, unless we get substantial EVPs, we're not touching them. Just different areas each year. And I'm still sad we didn't get anything up in the mattress factory. Oh, yesterday I did get a bunch of videos put together before I started cooking Thanksgiving dinner from about 5 a.m. up until about 1. I was just compiling the GoPro videos. Still got a few to go, but I'm about 80% done. But they are still in sections. They're like an hour and a half sections, so we can do a section a show. Kind of okay with that. Unless we do a weekend show and just knock out the entire section of video. Thanks, David. How you doing? I just got off a stream that I'm on for, and the video on the stream tried to define all that respect women as a feminist. I do not like that definition. Yeah. Yeah, I need to be woken up from that coma. It's just like Homer Simpson, that drool coming off the chin. Turkey. Yeah, we're pretty dead through the rest of this. Yeah, TM. Let's not get into that in this stream, please. Please do not bring that in here, because I don't want to go off on a rant. Speaking of respecting women, where the hell is Sims at? God knows we don't respect her. I'm kidding. What's up, Corgi? How you doing, bud? Windsor, Corgi, and David in here. Where the hell is everybody else? You're all right. That's good to hear. Possibly have something in there. Don't ask. Maybe they won't show. You never know. It's a 4-day holiday weekend. Well, 3 for me. I got to go into work Sunday. But you never know. People are either out with family, out of town, or they could come in here and spend it with a dysfunctional family. So it's like, and crazy cat lady snuck in. How you doing tonight, cat? I'll put water on to boil. Jack is somewhere. He's good. He's been glued to my side the past couple days for some reason. But he's had a lot of turkey. He might make an appearance later, who knows? I managed not to go broke this Black Friday. You smell like a dead bird. Of course he is. You ain't lying. You're not wrong. You smell like a cooked dead bird. It's coming out of my pores. You know when you eat so much of something, it just kind of seeps out? Nah, that's why he's following me. Waiting for me to fall asleep so he could skin me alive. Freaking cat. Sweating gravy. Sweating gravy, sweating dressing, sweating turkey, sweating potatoes, sweating gravy. Yeah. Sweating it all, bud. Sweating it all. About the only time of the year I'll binge eat is Thanksgiving. A good thing there might be some EVPs hidden in here. With all these little spikes. I'm hoping. So I don't want a completely dead recorder here. You know, and how we keep talking, people keep asking about phone apps on the show here. I had a friend from back home. Hold on. A friend from back home messaged me today asking me what are the best apps to ghost hunt with. I got to remember they don't know anything about ghost hunting. Don't use them. If you do use them, use this one. It's one that I did use and I will use on my tablet that has no service to it. It's Ghostronic Spirit Box app. That's why you need a chat bot. This was not on the show. This was a text message. TM. Yeah, but I told them don't use them. If you can avoid it, just get a digital recorder, hit record, and start asking questions. Then go back and listen to it. Spirit Box apps, any app is questionable. But I told her try Ghosttronic Spirit Box app. I used to use it on something with no service. Or I downloaded it, then I canceled service. And I got some responses, I ain't gonna lie. But then again, nah. Like I say, I always say, to each his own as well. If you want to use them, use them. I promise I won't judge much. Yay for motorcycles. Yeah, use them all you want. They use them on the TV shows. Everybody's using them because they're convenient. I said that little computer in your pocket is more powerful than the computer on the first mission to the moon. So go right ahead. Back into the cell doors. Every minute. Yeah. The Apple IIe computer was more powerful than that computer. We had like 1 megabyte of RAM. It's like, think about that. 1 megabyte of RAM. The word data bank boxes. Thank you, David. I don't either. And I've said this on stream before. Even with the Ovilus Spirit Box, thing costs $500. I got it and I sold it. I basically sold it used for what I bought for it new because people couldn't find them. Only one time did I ever have evidence that I could not debunk on that thing because it said a word that was not in its data bank. And that freaked me out. Not long after I sold it, it's like, if I'm going to get one piece of evidence off something that I've used on 50, 60 investigations, that's not enough to warrant keeping this piece of equipment. So yeah, I sold it. I think I paid $400 for it and I think I got $380 or $400 for it after shipping. So guys, if you are interested in paranormal investigations, those that are new in here, don't hesitate to ask, please. I will get a list for you of things you can get to. You can't delete all words. No, you can't. But if it's saying words that are not programmed in there, then you want to take note. You really want to pay attention. But cell phone apps, different story. Even if you put on airplane mode, it still has connection to the internet, and those apps should give away your permission to track you to your contacts. Everything in your phone is accessible by those apps. So put it in airplane mode. That app overrides airplane mode and searches searches your location and answers questions based on your location. Think about that. So yeah, don't use cell phone apps. Airplane mode on phones doesn't mean shit. And most of those Spirit Box app use basic phonetics. No actual words in the databases. It's marketing. It even says this is for entertainment purposes only. Oh, entertainment. Oh, they use it on TV. Oh, TV is entertainment. That means it must work. Yay. No. That's why I just do my own thing, investigate the way I was taught, and I've gotten results. Like I said, I've got one on an old tablet. Beyond that, I won't touch them. I just won't do it. But again, each their own, guys. Each their own. That's why with 3 different teams I've been on, I've been an instructor. That's why TV ghost hunters use it, because they know they get a respawn fake, or they don't care. Both. They care because it gets ratings, and they probably have partnerships with these apps. Hey, yeah, I saw this on Yada's TV show, and download the app because they use it. I use it because they get evidence. I'll get evidence. It's the best thing out there. Not so much. But guys, again, I try not to trash the TV shows. Their entertainment. Truth, as factual evidence, I'd say maybe 10 to 15%. The rest is Hollywood. So yeah, guys, please keep that in mind. All right, let me start getting the next file ready. We're gonna need it. This one's almost over. It says Zabalba and a deep Zabalba. So what the hell? What the hell is Zabalba? There's only one thing that contributes to a positive thing is more people are open to talk about their experience. All right, TM, I can see that. I could agree with it. But then again, after that positive, people are open to their experiences. But once they get that experience with that cell phone app, they're going to swear to God it works no matter what. Then these seasoned investigators got to try to explain to them. But by that point, they're set in their ways, because once it works in their mind, it's always going to work. But yeah, but it gets them learning. And that small fraction is going to be like, excuse me, that small fraction is going to be, what can I do to learn more? What can I do to better myself as an investigator? What do you use? How do you use it? Teach me. And of course, at that point, if they ask me to teach them, I'm going to teach them. That's just how I am. I've gone through I've gone through it on this show before. Back in the day. I mean, when I first started, I brought out all the freaking equipment and I explained how to use it. All right. Let's see what we get on section 4. It doesn't look like much. Zabalba is the name of the underworld in Mayan mythology. Okay, I did not know that. Thank you. Definitely did not know that. And I'm going to need another drink here in a minute. I'm going to have to run down and get another Moscow Mule. When I was a kid, looking for a debunk, go to the library, find out the library had fake ghost stories in a picture, so it didn't. Oh wow, that's terrible. Ooh, well, we got something to listen to there. Yeah, but then again, like I've said, I've been seeing stuff since I was 5 years old, 6 years old. Uh, I've been having experiences all my life. I didn't even need to go to the library to research it. I just went to my own house or went down the street with more fake stuff. And problem is nowadays, compared now to 20 years ago, people exploit it nowadays to make a quick buck. And that people didn't really exploit it back then, not to the extent they do now. Now every possible angle is exploited. You know, locations that aren't haunted, they exploit it as haunted. Then known locations that are haunted, they exploit it for a quick buck because they know people will pay pretty much any price to get in to investigate. This is why it's good to have a reputable name in this field, because all you got to do is introduce yourself and like, I know who you are. Can I come in to investigate? Oh, yeah, come on in. We'll keep this off to the side. Deja vu could be a reference to a past life, to an experience in a past life. It's not easy to find people that have the same experiences, not biased. TM, I think that's the best thing you've ever said in this chat pertaining to the paranormal. This is the probably the best thing you've ever said. And this goes right down the line to investigations, to TV shows about the paranormal, to any paranormal TV show or any movie about the paranormal. Because I've had the same experience as these TV shows. We've gotten the same evidence they have on TV shows on this show. And that's the only reason I have not said they're completely bullshit. It's like, but I am biased about it because they are TV shows. And those that have been here a while know for a fact that I can be very, very biased about these things. It's not something I like to admit. Well, actually it is, but Wonder where MDS is at. I'd like to see him in here tonight. Last part is a lock click. Yeah, this is. Yeah, it's not windy outside. I I don't know if we can call that rats. That's noisy rats moving steel, if that's rats. Uh, Sounds like something on the bars maybe. Nobody's in there. David, we haven't heard anybody walking around. So if something's on the bars, that's somebody in there. There's nobody in there right now that I'm aware of. There's and all the investigate and my 4 investigations, TM, of that prison, I've only seen a rat, and that was up on top of the hill in one of the buildings. Not saying it's not possible, but if it's moving that kind of steel, I'm not sure. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong, TM. I'm just saying I feel it could be something else. Let's see. Now, if that's a rat, that's a big fucking rat if that's a rat. Oh, what? TM, believe me, I know. Rats can cut through cast iron with their teeth. I'm aware of this. No cats. I'll tell you that for a fact. The only thing I've seen, like I said, I saw a rat up in pod 12, up in building 12. I've seen bugs in down in the main cell house, but I've never seen anything bigger than a bug. Let's try to clean this up because this one is actually weird. Huh. Yeah, you're right. Too bad I don't have video on this. Because where this is, rat wedding dragging tin can tied to its tail. Oh shit. Yeah, David, that possibility. A prison wedding. The cell wife is dragging down the cans down the aisle. Okay, this is about as clean as we're actually going to get it. I can't explain this. Especially that first part. We didn't hear any footsteps before it. Could it be a rat? Yeah, it very well could be. It very well could be. What can we try here? No, that's not going to do it. A ghost rat. At this point, I'm not going to debunk or deny any possibilities. This could be a lot of possibilities here. Yeah, David, we had different clicking sequences, but they were not this defined. They were not this defined. Yeah, it's way different. So, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to save this for Susan, but I'm not going to count it. We are not going to put this on the counter. Yeah, TM, that's exactly why I'm doing this. David, you said the same thing he did. That's the exact reason I'm going to save this, because I can't debunk it. Maybe she can. Like I said, they're not in the prison right now because it's winter up there. They've done their last tours. I think she can debunk this. I'm almost positive that Susan could debunk it, because I know I can't. And we're getting into another sequence. Remember, you're not hearing footsteps. This is what I'm interested in right here. I don't think this sounds like sheet metal. That almost sounds like a sheet metal rattling. That might be coming from outside because it's very distant. But I could be wrong. It's a lock. That's either an echo or a voice. That's coming from a long way away. just a click. Sounds like cell doors being unlocked. That sounds like cell doors being unlocked. But remember, there's nobody in this area. Again, remember, guys, on night one, it was just Deds, his girlfriend, and I in the prison. Susan, Chris, and Tammy, they were around, but they were up in women's. They were nowhere near C Block. Because remember, an entrance to execution is off B. Then you go up to C and D. So this is on the other end of the hallway on C Block. You're not going to get that kind of echo, that kind of feedback, or that kind of resonance coming from that far away. I had some code word by noise. They communicated by tapping, but that doesn't tell me tapping. This sounds more like locked doors, cell doors being, locked. I don't know. We went through this once on the last investigation too. We couldn't debunk it. But this is going to Susan after the show. I guess we'll find out, won't we? It very well could be just communication, that residual communication between prisoners. Because it was done for so many years. Just taps, yeah. I'm not going to discredit that at all. I think it would actually be a strong possibility. So you can see we've had really no relative activity through 3 sections. So for that just to pop up out of the blue is weird. David, exactly. Because right now, we're not hearing any wind. All we're hearing is the white noise from the natural background, the natural ambient sound of silence. We're not hearing any wind. And if it was, it'd be constant, not just every 20 minutes or so. And they do sound a little bit different, yes. And that's what it gets tricky. I'm not up there enough to know these sounds like I should. Another reason why I want to move up to Carson City and become a full-time docent of the prison so I can go in and do these things. I can go in at random and clean and take care of the place while I'm doing this. Metal cups on bars, and the other was doors. It almost sounds like when they pull that lever and those doors shut. They shut, click, and lock. That's kind of what it sounded like. But if that's the case, why isn't it more prevalent? Is that the time of night that they shut the doors, told everybody to go into their cells, and they shut the doors and shut them in? TM, I'll ask him about that. But like I said, I want to sleep in the prison. I want to spend the night there. Have recorders around me and just sleep, or try to. You know, again, the toothpick test, unless there's video cameras watching it, that's also easily beaten. Because all somebody has to do is move it and say, nope, I wasn't in there. You'd almost have to have a video camera on it. But if they put them up, then leave and come back the next day, then it could be a very, very strong possibility for evidence. Then there's always the messy test. And this is how they used to do it back, well, more than 100 years ago, is take a bag of flour in. Just regular freaking all-purpose flour, and cover the floor with it and leave. Come back the next day and see if there's any footprints. Then the downside is you got to clean all that shit up. And anybody who's ever spilled flour in the kitchen knows that shit doesn't come up easy. Yeah. Like I said, we had those two little spikes, and you see through this, we've got nothing. Got a couple little flares. Nothing more. Now, I'd even be willing to find a way to get my GoPro to make sure it doesn't shut down, is connect it to the battery pack with a light that will last, and just put it on a certain area where these noises happen overnight, and see if we get anything. Oh, they know where to set recorders. They do it all the time. Like I said, they carry equipment with them, just in case. I said after 4 investigations of the prison now, I'm pretty confident I know where to set equipment at. The majority of it. There's still areas I want to try, different cells. For the most part, I know where we're getting evidence. Kind of why I want to sleep in these areas, if they'll let me. Yes, TM. Uh, Joe Kinsey, who runs the day tours, he used to help the investigations at night. He was a prison guard there. And Chris, who is no longer a docent, was a prison guard there, and he knew some of the people that they try to make contact with. Joe Kinsey was there when Carol Cole was executed. So yeah, they know some of the spirits they try to communicate with, but doesn't mean they're going to communicate because you got prisoners and guards. If you're a spirit of one of the prisoners, would you make contact with one of the guards that was there? Probably not. Unless you actually made some kind of a personal connection with them. Who's to say? Definitely who's to say on that one. Susan, the head docent, her great grandfather was the warden of Nevada State Prison. Uh, Last name was Penrose. Penrose. But then again, they asked for me. You got prisoners and guards. If I was a spirit, I ain't talking to the guards. I'm just not doing it. The spirits are more apt to attack the guards than they are me or somebody who didn't know somebody who was there as a prisoner. But I could use their names as well. But getting any older guards is not going to be a possibility. Remember, a lot of these guys are still alive now. Were there back in '06 when it closed, and they were even there being guards back in the late '70s. So anything from the mid to late '70s up until 2006, yeah, there's a potential to get evidence. But what about everything before? Where a lot of the more violent times happened in the prison? I don't know. But yeah, Joe Kinsey was there for uh, Neil Pitney, Carol Cole, uh, Daryl Mack, Jesse Bishop, and I think he said he knew all of them. So I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, they've got fossils on Nevada State Prison grounds, which is cool as hell. Yeah, if you guys do have a chance, have any free time, just go onto YouTube and type up Nevada State Prison and watch the videos that they've done about the prison, about the history. Hold on. Go back. Okay. Just a rattling. Nothing major. Uh, Science is a job. What do you think the paranormal is? It's a science. There's no science is all guesswork. Paranormal is all guesswork. There's nothing defined in the paranormal. There's nothing truly defined in science either. It's all guesswork. For scientists, yeah, it's guesswork. They're getting paid to make educational guesses, just like I am on this show. We make educational guesses based on the evidence we're finding. It's a double edged sword. much are we doing on this recorder anyway? Lot of blank. I'm definitely gonna need another drink tonight, guys. Because I honestly feel like going for a while. Just analyzing. I've actually got a lot of energy right now, so we're gonna see how long we can go tonight. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn off the camera, I'm gonna mute the mic, and I'm gonna go get me another drink. I'm gonna continue to let the audio play. I'll be right back. All right. Have no fear, I is here. I had to get a refill.
I want my duck!
I missed it. What'd I miss? Too soon. Further up, further back. Right in here. You missed it. Opportunity to hit the button and make us crap our drawers. Nah. I'm not that mean, am I?
You're going to die.
This is probably a motorcycle. Am I that mean? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I am that mean. And those that are new in here have no idea what I'm talking about. Which is a good thing. I am not that predictable. Oh, yes, I am that predictable. Shit, you guys have me figured out. You just don't know when I'm going to do it. But now you're anticipating it for the rest of the show. Good. See most of you with the hand on the volume. It's like, God, I got to turn this down. I think we have a completely dead recorder for night one. Cell C10 looks like it's going to be one EVP. Still beats other recorders. I think Windsor and, well, most of you guys were here. That one, I think we went through, what, 3 recorders with absolutely nothing? Or 3 sections with absolutely just bupkis. Just white noise after white noise. David, I picked this one because it has four sections to it instead of 3. Because after I took this recorder out of C10 after the investigation, I put new batteries back in it and put it back up in execution and left it in the prison after we left. So we're going to have about 6 or 7 hours of audio to go through on that section, which comes up next. Because we're not jumping around like we did last year. Or the year before, or the year before. Go from MDS recorder to Milk Reed recorder to Dead's recorder to Sims recorder to H3VR to MDS. We're just going to randomly pick recorders and finish them off all the way through. Night 1, night 2, night 3. Just so we're not trying to overlap areas of the prison. Was a couple years ago, we ended up doing execution like 3 nights in a row, or 3 sections in a row. And it gets a little trying when you know you're in the same area and not getting anything. At least this bounces around. Now when we get to Dead's GoPro, I think he recorded when I was on the TV show. I'm still waiting for the link so I can post it for everybody to watch. It's only about 20 minutes that I'm on it, but hopefully they used it all. Now the link for the preview is on Discord, for those who haven't seen it. It's called Spirit of Nevada. If you go into Discord into just chit chat, if you scroll up a little bit, both links are there for part 1 and part 2 of the TV show. I said I'm still waiting for the full links. Yeah, TM I think it's a YouTube series. I don't think it's a TV show. But it's Spirit of Nevada. It's in Discord. So if you guys want to go check it out. You saw the podcast? I haven't seen it. They haven't got me the link yet. And I've been asking. A YouTube live podcast. Okay, I didn't know that. They didn't tell me it was live. Yeah, they flat out did not tell me it was live. Because that's the hardest thing to do. And anybody who's been on camera, don't look at the camera. You tell somebody to don't look at the camera, they're damn well going to look at the camera. And a couple times I actually caught myself kind of just acknowledging the camera. It's like just a quick eye draw to the camera and look away. I didn't want him to. What the fuck? I don't want edited. I want raw footage. Because when you do raw, just unedited, you catch the mistakes. You catch what people are doing wrong. And that's why when I'll throw this in there, we had the eddy meter going off, and I was like, just to prove to you guys that this is not coming off the batteries from our gear, I took the light one they gave me and rolled it right past the eddy meter. It did not go off. And I did that to prove them debunking on scene. Debunk it as quick as you can so you can confirm or deny the evidence. So when I put that in front of the eddy and it didn't go off, it was like, there we go, live evidence. It was good. It's good. Good. But take the good with the bad on that. You posted a link to a live YouTuber. Huh. I didn't do it on scene. I'll have to go back and look. I don't remember. If it was the two links, that was part one and part two. Beyond that, I don't remember. Don't remember getting old. I'm not getting old. I've just been busy. There's a difference. Hey, I'm a gamer. I don't get older. I just level up. There might be something in here. Now, I wish I could play it on this show. I wish I could get permission, but if I did, YouTube and Twitch would probably ban my ass. Shit, it took me 2.5 years to get my old account back. YouTube doesn't play around. I can't believe I gave up fighting YouTube. About 6 months after I gave up, I had my account back. And by that time, the team was closed. So I fought for nothing. Just for those who deal with YouTube a lot, be aware that even if you have licensing to something, if somebody uses it without your permission, or if it's an open licensing, if they have more viewers than you, they can claim ownership and YouTube will shut you down. Even if you hold physical licensing in your hand, YouTube will still shut you down. Yeah, I had a response from YouTube when I sent the licensing. They're like, it doesn't matter. It's like, what? Just because you have licensing, it doesn't matter. They're claiming ownership. You have to sync it up with them. Well, I did everything I knew how to do. Good thing, guys, I have a new pair of in-ears coming tomorrow. All we're going to get is cell doors. Oh, yeah. They'll shut you down for playing your own music, especially on here. At one, I emailed Twitch back before I started streaming. Told them I wanted to bring my radio show onto Twitch. I had BMI and ASCAP licensing. I had full licensing to play music legally. They're like, no, you can't. It's like, what? I have licensing. Like, it doesn't matter. You can't do it. What? It's like deadmau5 produces his own music here on Twitch, and he gets away with playing his own music. TM, not if you have ASCAP and BMI licensing. I did, David. ASCAP and BMI covered all the artists I could play. I don't know, Kat. I wish I knew. They're like, you can't do it. It's like, I have full legal authorization to play the songs. They're like, no. It's like, okay, whatever. But others get, I think it has to do with also, they don't save it. It doesn't go into a VOD. They just do it and it's over with. And something to do with your sound settings. Even David, I've seen artists who play their own music on here who have gotten banned. Full licensing and ownership doesn't mean shit to Twitch. It doesn't. When I had my radio show going, I had 10 to 15,000 listeners. I could have brought 15,000 more people to Twitch every show. And they're like, your licensing doesn't matter. Oh, well. Yeah, they do own the artists that I were playing were unsigned independent artists. They own their own music. They weren't with a major label. You know, some of them were their own label. So I got tired of fighting. It's just like, what do you do? The label they have to talk to. All you need is ASCAP and BMI licensing. That's what these radio stations do. And I've seen radio stations on Twitch, and they get away with it. I don't know. Kind of another reason why I went back to the paranormal, guys. There was so much bureaucracy in the music industry. I was trying to expand. I kept getting thrown into brick walls. Whose butt you kiss? You're not wrong. You are not wrong. I've I've shaken more hands and kissed more babies, never got them mixed up, and I still got doors slammed in my face. I think they only scan the VODs for copyright. If that's the case, why aren't they hitting up every streamer for every soundbite they play? Because I play sound bites on here. They're only like 3 seconds. How much money you bring in, more like it. That too, Windsor. That's why I lost my YouTube account. The person who claimed ownership of it had 2 million freaking subscribers, and I only had 200. I had the licensing. They said it doesn't matter. They have more. So you're not wrong when you say that, Windsor. I got so tired of the politics in music, I shut shop and went back to the paranormal. There's less politics. I lasted 5 years with one of my radio shows. 5 years for an internet radio station is not bad. And I did it without any major label artists. It was all unsigned. Yeah, they do. Because YouTube told me they don't care. And let me pause this for a second because you're going to get a kick out. I think I've told this before to you guys. It was an open licensing video for intros for streamers. It's open licensing, so whoever buys it has a copy of the open licensing. After YouTube banned me, I contacted the owner of the company who sells it and sells the open licensing to those who purchase it. I contacted him about YouTube banning me and sent him all the emails. He contacted YouTube himself, the owner of the content, not the licensee, the owner. And YouTube didn't take his side. YouTube told him to go away. You own the content, we don't care. They have licensing. What are you doing for us? Figure that one out. The owner of the content, the physical owner, was told by YouTube to go away. I even have those emails saved. I actually read them this morning when I was clearing out my sent mail. It's like, yeah, it's like, dude, they won't listen to me. I think he ended up filing a class action lawsuit against YouTube. And that's why one of the reasons I got my account back. It's kind of why I want to fucking see at least all my total videos get up to 1 million views so I can get that plaque. David, he did. He fought YouTube and they told him no. This was I think it was a Turkish movie company that claimed rights to it. I even contacted a Turkish attorney and they said they can't do anything. I can't even put the video on here for risk of being banned again. But yeah, this is how dirty YouTube is. Yeah, I went from it was since SCP TV, Sin City Paranormal TV. I had my first like 4 videos up, 4 intro videos from my streams. Then all of a sudden it shut down. It's like, wait, what's going on here? You've been banned for copyright infringement. And actually one of the streamers here on Twitch, who's a friend of mine, created that video for me. After I paid for the licensing, he went and because once you buy it, you can go in and do the editing and add your, your credits and add your opening titles and everything on top of the video. Like, not 2 weeks after he did it for me, they shut it down. It was like, whatever. That's why I'm working with him right now. I'm going to get a new intro video for the show. Even Universal Music tried to get on the DMCA, yeah. Good luck with that. Even when you have full licensing, they don't care. I had close to 2,000 artists in my library. 2,000. I had, just to give you guys an example, I was doing shows Friday, Saturday night. Sometimes, occasionally, it'd be switched to Sunday. Friday nights in the U.S., I would have 5,000 to 10,000 listeners. In the UK, I'd have 10,000 to 15,000 listeners. So I could have done a radio show on Twitch and kept it all going. Live interviews, live performances. I had a lot of big ideas for it, but everything happens for a reason. I'm not disappointed. It all brought me here to you fuckers. When they had to buy and that's the licensing goes to pay for all that. When you're paying $3,000 a year for licensing, okay, that's either Echo or an EVP. Whatever it is, that's distant. That is really distant. I don't know if we're going to be able to get this one. Let's see. Nope, I don't want vocal enhance. Oh, shit. Come on. Effects. Reverb. Okay. Okay. That's echo. Debunk that. And all in all, though, TM, at the end of the day, it's all about money. Yeah. This guy, how much can he potentially bring into us? How much traffic can he bring to our site? But again, look how many musicians actually come onto Twitch. Think about that one. I mean, hell, even Snoop freaking broadcasts on here. Post Malone broadcasts on Twitch. I mean, you've got two major musicians that stream. Granted, neither one of them do music, but Snoop broadcasts on Twitch every so often. He actually did a stream on here where he forgot he was streaming and went about his business and left the camera going on in the background. A couple NFL players stream on here. I forget who. A couple Broncos players. So yeah, you got a lot of people who come on here. I haven't seen T-Pain, but I've seen Post Malone. I've seen Snoop. I've seen, like I said earlier, Deadmau5. There's a few others. Never did. Oh wow, I haven't seen them. The guy with Sandstorm. Okay. I'll tell you, Post Malone is funny as hell to watch. That guy's a blast. Uh, yeah, TM. I'm talking about Snoop Dogg. You were in a raid that's you were in a stream that raided into Snoop once, then you know, Cat. He plays like Call of Duty. Post Malone plays like Fortnite and something else. Uh, yeah, it's a blast watching them. Yeah, talks like any other streamer out there, cussing his head off when he gets killed. These goddamn stream snipers. What's up, Moose? Now, I ain't gonna lie. Back when I was gaming, I did stream snipe somebody once just to be a jerk. Just to be a flat out jerk, I stream sniped him. Chilling like a villain. I feel you. That's what I'm doing tonight. Drinking a couple Moscow Mules. Trying to find some evidence. And socializing with this crazy room. Fortunately, we haven't found anything tonight. Moosey! Yeah, Moose and Cat in new from Wednesday night, the Thanksgiving Eve stream. Rats or whatever it was. Some loud bangs, that's all we could figure out. Even though we're not getting any evidence, I'm going to try for at least another hour. That's cool with you guys. Go at least another hour in this. TM, I will get you the feedback from Susan. Because that one, we've gotten something like that before, just not as defined. You know, you get these, we get cell doors like this all the time. But when it's that close, that defined, and that clear, you can't confirm or debunk it. You just can't. You know it's something, but I won't get a response by tomorrow. I can almost guarantee that. But also remember, no show Sunday, because unfortunately I have to work. We have to go load out gear for Carrie Underwood for her residency here in Las Vegas. Yeah, Moose. Nevada State Prison has been open 1862 to 2006. So you get all the cell doors opening and closing every day for over 150 years. You're going to get that sound imprinted onto the environment. All these cell doors, it's just residual sounds. The last investigation, we had a recorder sitting in execution. We had cell doors opening and closing every 5 seconds for over 2 hours. It got to the point where it was annoying. We almost could not analyze the audio. And I sent it to Susan, and she's like, Brent, she goes, we don't get that. It's like we hear occasionally cell doors opening and closing when we're cleaning, but never to the fact of what you got on your recorder. It was horrendous. They said that's the most residual energy they've ever heard in one spot ever at the prison. So you take the good with the bad on that one. Yeah, it was on Sim's recorder. Like night one, go back a bit, okay? All right, let's let it play through then. If you think you heard something, we'll let it play on through. Slam on the wall or door was special. Normal. As faint as it is, like I said, unless it's absolutely in your face. We got one more bang here. No. That's not big. That's not big. Big was what we heard about an hour ago. All this is just closer to the recorder than the one I think of. I said these are distant, they're residual, and the first investigation, yeah, we counted them, but we gave up when we realized it was residual energy. So unless it's voices or something truly defined, we just kind of pass it up. This is the heartaches of being a paranormal investigator. Oh, you're not sorry, TM. You're not talking about today. Yeah. A lot of this could be wind. It could be flashings on top of the roof, rattling. There's not a lot of wind on night one, but it's getting to know the sounds of the prison. Yeah, we got lots of traffic. You're not lying. If the recorders are in execution, you're going to hear a lot of traffic. When we get into the next section of this recorder, night one, part two, when I put this recorder up in execution when we left the prison, we're going to hear a lot of traffic for about 6 hours. There's no getting around it. But this is an experiment I wanted to do the previous 2 years. Leave something there when we're gone. Hold on. It's just a car. Traffic. And there's recorders where there's nothing but traffic for like 3 hours. It's like, whoa. You just want to put your fist through the screen. This is where, you just kind of want to just wait. I love my jump scares. See, if this was a little bit louder, we would go back and analyze it just a little bit more. We'd go about 10 seconds on either side of it. David, I'm looking forward to the next section. When we get into execution overnight, I'll be honest. I don't care if it doesn't get anything to a point, but I'm excited to see if the spirits are actually talkative when we're gone. So this actually went the entire time before it died. This actually went almost 6.5, 7 hours. And this is the funny part to me. Figures, I was doing it at my local cousin's house before they moved in. I had a camera asking if I could listen, pick them in, and all I could hear was a heartbeat. You had your hand over the mic. Oh, yeah, there's a good lesson. This is a four-part recorder. Basically, figure 6.5, 7 hours. We got one EVP 36 seconds into section 1. Wow. And Moose, don't feel bad. I've done that myself. You hold the recorder too tight, you can get that. But having your hand over the mic, that actually deserves applause. Situational awareness. But I've done it, so I can't laugh too hard. Or when you can rustle a mic and it sounds like something moving. Like if you get sweaty hands, so you start moving to kind of just get rid of the sweat. Then you get that. It's like, oh no. Retrieving a recorder, 6 hours, 3 minutes, 1 bar. 6 hours, 3 minutes. So I was 30 minutes off. 6 hours, 3 minutes, 1 EVP. No, I don't want to save it. All right, let's get rid of that. Oh, shit, still being used. Never mind, I'll have to do that later. Down to 5. Okay. All right, this can take a minute to load. And this is, I think, 3 or 4 more sections, maybe 5. All right. Let's get on to it. Check your phone app again. All right, guys, this is Brett with Incarnate Paranormal. This is still night 1. What we're doing is we've been given permission to basically leave a recorder overnight in execution in last night's cells. So what we're going to do, we're going to go in here 40 seconds. Right up there. Testing, testing. Okay, we're good. Recording. MDS recorder, last night's B2, left at the top of the bars. Yeah, I left this up on top, like, see if I can find a picture for you where I left this. Good night, gentlemen. So basically where I left this recorder was, well, you see where the beat for the door jamb is. I left it up here right above the door jamb on the bars. So you can see we have potential. We definitely have some potential. Just how far into the potential, I don't know. What was that first shift signal back here? That. Or that. I can tell you exactly what that is. Here's one to blow your mind. Good catch, David, because I missed that. Do you guys know what that is? Remember, this is being left in last night's cells, which is less than 20 feet away from the execution chamber. That sound right there is the curtains being drawn when they execute somebody. After that body's dead, when they draw the curtains, that's the sound. You can hear it. Anybody who has curtain rods, when you drag the curtains, that's the sound. David, good catch, man. I almost missed that. Or I did miss it. So this pretty much defines the recorder right now. We're 2 minutes into the recorder. Let's get that saved. Yeah, That's a pretty substantial catch. We did get that once last year as well. We did get this once last year. Not this late. Wait. This was about 2 in the morning. Yeah, we got a little bit earlier in the night because previous years we did not have access to leave equipment overnight. So yeah, that's evidence. Pretty creepy evidence. We already got to that one, so let's. And this is where you almost have to force yourself to listen through even all the silence, because you saw how faint that was. David caught it. I didn't. I wasn't paying attention. So you almost have to go into this one listening to the silence, because we've never done one of these before. Because there's not going to be any interference from any paranormal team. By this time, you figure 3 minutes later, I'm already down in the office. We're already getting our gear to walk out of the prison. So at this point, there's nobody left in the prison. Whatever we get from here on out through the next 5 sections is pure evidence. There's no interference besides maybe traffic or weather. This is what the paranormal TV shows don't do. I don't think I've ever seen one of the shows just leave gear when they're not there. Cameras recording or whatever. They don't do it. Why? Because it takes 6 or 7 extra hours to analyze it. Or more. Now I know everybody out there is kind of tuned in now. They're like, "Ooh, what's that?" Now, next year when I go up, I'm praying they let me sleep in last night's cells. If I do, I'm going to have to take a separate memory card with a separate camera and another recorder. I don't care if you guys catch me snoring. We're going to have a recorder with me while I'm sleeping. Thunk noise, I'm Moose, residual sound. If it's cell door thunking, unless it's truly, truly defined, we don't pay attention to it. If we did, we'd be analyzing every click and bump. And believe me, the first year we investigated the prison, when I analyzed it here on the show, I analyzed every click, every pop, every bump, everything. And it's like, wait, this isn't paranormal. And we were talking about the copyright stuff earlier. I was using royalty-free music on my intro, giving credit and everything. Somebody bought the rights to it. I had to take down 200 videos because somebody bought the rights to royalty-free music and set it to private. So the majority of my old NSP videos I can't use until I go through and edit out all the music. Yeah, it sucks. I even told Twitch it's royalty-free music. They're like, it doesn't matter. Same with YouTube. They didn't give me a copyright strike. They just said, sorry, take it down. So now I just did the smart thing. When I have the opening screen, I just recorded 60 seconds of the Spirit Box and looped it. So again, like you asked about the thunk, sounds like somebody banging on a pipe. You can't necessarily call this evidence because you don't have a camera to confirm it. So just Moose, I did this for a reason, not to undermine you or anything, just to give you a little brief explanation. With all the metal and steel, it's almost impossible to debunk that or to confirm it. No, Moose, yeah, you're learning. All good, man. That's what. If you have any questions about that, please ask. That was my original intention of this stream, is to teach people about paranormal investigations. Then it kind of just ventured straight into analyzing. One of my original viewers said, "Do you have anything we can analyze?" Hell yes, I do. I have shit all the way back to my original investigations. I have EVPs from my first investigation. And it's like, okay, share those with everybody. David, yes, thank you. And when I type, oh, what the fuck? Sorry, guys. When I type out the evidence on the opening paragraph, here, let me show you guys. Let me do this right. All recorders and GoPros were analyzed on Twitch TV Incarnate Paranormal with a live audience. All viewers helped analyze the evidence as when it was not saved unless agreed upon by the majority. Recorders were named by the viewers who donated them. So I put a disclaimer into the evidence that we type up, that is analyzed here and only here. Orbs, Moose, are very easily debunked. I hate to put it that way, but lens flare, moisture, dust. Remember, lenses are curved, they're convex, so flashes will throw that orb up there. Moisture particles are a major contributor. In 15 years, I've only ever gotten 2, maybe 3 orbs that were credible. And on another show, I'll bring those up. Or if I could find that now, maybe. Let me see if I could find a picture of a true orb for you. Shit. GoPros. Is this it? Let me pause this. I think this is it. 8, 7. So C7. This is definitely
might
one.
Be the best sell. You can reach right out during the night.
Ah, shit. We're not gonna
pick up the phone.
Shit, we're not gonna watch 33 minutes. We're not gonna watch 33. I have a shorter one somewhere. Yeah, that's 33 minutes. I don't remember where it's at. I apologize. 6 minutes. You're skeptical about orbs unless it casts its own reflection. We had that one that was in the prison showers where it actually trailed over my head. That's only one of the most credible orbs I've ever seen. And I'm trying to find it for us right now. Because it's one of the ones where I started giving a hair more credibility to orbs. Not a lot, but enough. That's last night's videos. Do you guys want to take a break for a minute and watch a quick video, a 6-minute video? Let me see if I think this is it.
Last time with Brian and Angela, I've decided to come in here alone this time without them. If there's anything you'd like to say, any messages? These devices I hold.
That's dust.
These.
Maybe, maybe not. So you see it right there in the dead center of the screen. And you can see it kind of trail.
These devices.
That's one.
These devices I hold in my hand. These devices I hold.
So you can see it right. Shit.
These devices I hold in my hand. These devices I hold in my.
Right there, dead center of the screen. That's one. That one, there's two in this video if I remember right. That one I'm sure is dust.
These devices I hold in my hand. They will let me know of your presence. Don't hesitate to come forward and say your name or let me know that you're here. I understand there were 2 or 3 men. I understand there were 2 or 3 men that were hung here in this very room.
See, that's
in this very room.
Dust or fly? Micro wind. Okay. I didn't catch that one before. I remember there's one up further as I leave.
Could you tell me why you would do that to them?
But with me moving around in this old ass freaking hallway, yeah, there's going to be dust.
Did they narc on you? Rats? Did they narc on you?
Right there. Check that one out.
Rats? Did they narc on you?
Boom. It shoots down and up. And this is solid. This is more solid than the others. This is why I give this one some credibility.
Rats? Did they narc on you?
And you notice it just shoots from back here by the sink straight up over my head. But remember, look at it. You can watch it. Watch it come back from the sink in the back left straight at me. It trails quick. And dust will not travel that fast. Hold on. Let's go back.
Rats? Did they narc on you?
Boom.
Or did you just hate?
Watch
Or
up
did
here.
you just hate them?
Watch up in this area right here. This is true solid. This isn't transparent. It's a solid circle. This is one I was talking about. This is the one I give credibility.
Or did you just hate? Or did you
But if you look where it comes out of, TM. It comes out of me. This comes straight, it looks like it comes straight through me. If it was a bug, it would come like this. It comes straight out from the center and up. This is the positioning on this is what confuses me. Or on the side. Let's.
or did
Shit.
or did you just hate them? Hate them.
Trying to time this just right, and it's not easy. You see it right there? It came straight through the center. It's quick, but it's there.
Or did you just hate them?
I
Hate them.
like I said, it's the direction it takes, and I'm standing still. You know, I'm not really walking, I'm more twisting, and it comes out from the center. I don't think it's a bug. And here's the other thing. Guys, and please keep this in mind. Right here where this silver box is, just to the left of that is the door to go outside. So if that was a bug or dust, because of the air current, wouldn't it come towards me because of the natural air current? Because of that door, that means it's pushing air in. Wouldn't that be coming towards me instead of away from me at that speed? It was gone quick. It went towards the door, not away from it. It went towards the current, not away from it. And that's where I question this one more than anything else. And you guys have heard me debunk orbs left and right over the past 505 shows. I criticize orbs forever, and this is one that I can't. Over 900 investigations, and I can't debunk this one. Because it shoots. So I don't know, guys. This is the one I wanted to show. One last time.
Or did you just hate them? Was it a gang war? Was it over turf? Cigarettes?
That was a bug.
Was it over turf? Gang war? Was it
That was definitely a bug.
a gang war? Was it over turf? Cigarettes?
Yeah, that's a bug. That's definitely bug.
Drugs?
Spider, bug, something. Said, remember, guys, This little hallway, they used to have 30, 40 men in here taking a shower at one time. This was one of the original showers of the prison. Could you imagine 30 men in here, violent offenders, what they could do to each other? That's why there were so many stabbings and hangings in here, and they couldn't do anything about it. This is probably where most of the negativity and the murders happened in the prison, is in this room.
Would you at least do me a favor and please tell me your names? And I will leave you in peace.
So you can see it in one toilet. So you can see a lot of the dust coming towards me, but it's transparent. The guards were outside. They don't keep guards in there. 30 to 40 grown men, violent offenders and non-violent offenders, in a little room, and they're going to put one guard in there. That guard would be killed like that. And because it's so steamy from the showers, all that steam coming up, they'd never know who did it. It'd be impossible. But again, you can see dust. It's transparent. That's on the natural air current coming towards me. That orb from earlier was solid. We're just going to leave that there.
But you will have to say your names, then knock.
Again, there's one on the right side. Another dust. Right there.
But you will have to say your names, then knock.
So yeah, guys, so you get the idea on that one. When I say orbs, we can debunk bugs, dust, potential cobwebs, and one solid beam of light that shot away from me. To this day, like I said, this was on my second investigation of the prison, and I still can't debunk it. We're talking 2 years later, and I can't figure it out. Back to the audio. Come on, ZB. It's an orb party. Look at all the dust. Look at all the spirits of all the people that died in the prison. Wah, wah, wah. No. Dust and bugs are random. Remember, that's an old area that's kind of boarded up. They don't clean it a lot in there, so there is going to be a lot of dust. You go in there, the air is actually not that bad in there. But again, you can tell the difference between dust, moisture, bugs, cobwebs. Most dust on light is transparent, and it doesn't travel very fast. It floats. Remember, natural air current, it's just going to ride the natural current. It's not going to shoot. Because I'm not in there with a freaking air duster or freaking air compressor, shooting air all over the place, making it scatter. Even a ghost one will be random. No one can get to repeat what they have, what they've seen. TM exactly. And that's why you'll I don't want to say never, but almost never see me claim an orb. I've got 2 in the prison. One is there, and one is that first video I started. I forgot where it was, so I'm not going to freaking make us sit through an hour trying to find it. But yeah, me and orbs, no. Unless it's too much for me to debunk, I throw it away. I remember the other video that was orb. Yeah, David, that was a lot. That was 2 years ago, man. So 2 orbs in how many videos? How many pictures? A lot. Even if only one of those videos is a true orb, it's still evidence. And like I said, orbs are hard to come by. Actually, they're almost impossible to come by. Wish I had time-stamped that video. It becomes tough when you don't timestamp. And that's why when I do EVPs, I timestamp everything. And again, I might have timestamped it. Let's see something here. Seagate Hub. 3 evidence. I think these are old NSP pictures. Yeah. This goes back to the original days of the prison. Original gas chamber. Original chairs from the gas chamber. I'll have to find it for you guys. And mind you, if I do get to sleep in this cell overnight, I'm probably going to be hearing these noises. Which means Brent probably will not be sleeping. I'll be there hugging my pillow. Hey Brent, did you sleep last night? Hell no. If I was alone in execution, those spirits would be lined up to talk to me when I was trying to sleep. Either that or they'd be communicating with me in my dreams. That's why I'd want a recorder next to me while I was sleeping. Now, if I started talking in my sleep, we'd probably have evidence. If I just started answering random questions, who's to say? Because I don't talk in my sleep. Actually, I have once before in my life. Only because I was up for like 4 days straight. Forgot to come to the stream even though you saw the note. All good, Tundra. Thanks for coming in anyway. Appreciate it. Even if you're late. Got a lot of activity in the chat going tonight. It's a good thing. Had a lot of fun with this recorder tonight. I'll tell you. I've been waiting since we got back to start this recorder. Just kind of wish MDS would get his ass in here so he could hear his own recorder. And for those that are new in here, when you hear me name it in the recorders, I'm pretty sure I told you. My frequent viewers have donated enough to buy a new recorder. I name the recorder after you. I'll write your Twitch screen name on the recorder, so whenever I go to the investigation, if I use that recorder, you get to hear your name said on the investigation. Hey, this is MDS recorder. This is Dead's recorder. This is, you know, David recorder. Whatever. You know, so it's kind of a little gimmick. Kind of backed off on that because I have so many freaking recorders now. It's going to take us a year to analyze all this audio. Yeah, that's why you hear their name, TM. That's I just came up with it one night. It's like, you know what? Anybody donates a recorder, I'll name it after you. Then we had one of the original members of this chat. She's not here right now. Wash your new tattoo and head to bed. Have a good night, Kat. Thank you so much for being here. I always appreciate your company. But Explicit Allure. She donated 3 recorders. I was guessing would you have taken? I try to take them to almost every location. Problem is, not all of them are as big as the prison, so you're limited to which recorders you could use on what investigations. You can't set them all up. Otherwise, we'd take a year to analyze every investigation. Then in a lot of these places, you would just have overlapping. And I try to avoid that by, like with the prison, 1 in each building, 1 on each level. Except for execution, where you have to have multiple. Should donate a music box. Please don't. Tundra, I'm good, man. Thank you. How are you doing? Donate a music box. I don't really. The only thing I'm doing now is starting to. You wouldn't get banned. I'd probably just put a couple words in front of David on the music box. Probably something like fuckface. Fuckface David music box. You know, it's. Don't get me wrong. I'd appreciate it more than you ever know, but. I'd turn it into a gimmick. Or wood shoe. Yes, some of the new ones have some eerie music. You'd hear it. I'd take it on investigations, David. I'm not like that. I'd take it to areas that are extraordinarily active. I'm starting to... Eventually, I want to get everything over to the H3 VRs. Problem is, I will not ask my chat to donate that kind of money. It just ain't going to happen. I will save up all the donos. I will save up all the subscriptions until I have the money to pay for it. I will never ask anyone in this chat to ever donate $280 for one piece of equipment. Ain't going to happen. I mean, I appreciate it, but that's not right. The Zoom H1Ns, they're on sale now. They were between $79 and $99. And I've been using the dono money and the subscription money to buy gear. Okay, that's... Okay, now that's strange. Never heard this noise before. The knock and the sound that follows, I've never heard in here before. It sounds like a door creaking afterwards. It's this sound that's bothering me. It almost sounds like the execution chamber door opening. Trying to find a picture, so bear with me, guys. A faint creak, yes, that's exactly it. Bear with me, I'm looking for a picture if I can find it. Okay. That's the execution chamber door. Yeah, exactly, David. So, what do you guys think? Is this worth saving? One for yes, two for no. See what you guys think. Is that a residual sound of this execution chamber door opening? Watch the picture and listen to the sound. Because that is...
You're right on time for your appointment.
Tundra, thank you so much for the sub. Greatly appreciate it, bud. Once I get back to the beans, I owe one. I just don't have them right now. Yeah, I'm just looping it right now. So yes, I think this is residual of that execution chamber door. Because you can hear that metal creak. So we're going to save this. We're going to save this one. All right, guys, and Those that have been here for a while know very well, I generally do not save stuff like this. But this is defined. You can hear the creaking, truly defined. And that's kind of why I just let it repeat time after time again. So you guys can see the picture and visualize that door, heavy metal door opening, because you hear that latch pop, that first knock was probably the safety latch being released from the door, then the metal creak opening. So, yeah, I think that is truly the residual of that door opening. Which is strange. That's... imagine that's the last real thing you heard before you left this earth, is that fucking steel door opening to seal your doom. That's creepy. That's just oh. I don't want to think about that one. Brent doesn't have it in him to hurt anybody like that, so I don't have to worry about it. It's not in my nature. I wouldn't mind trying to find a way to do a live session from the execution chamber. I don't know if they'd let me do that. But yeah, wow. Not a sound. I don't think it's a sound anybody'd like to hear. I said only one of the two places in the prison Brent has not been. Inside that chamber and inside the gym. Hopefully I'm going to change it, at least one of those this next year. The gym, they'll never let me in. Or anybody else for that matter. There are still state records being kept in that building. So legally, they can't let me in. They could, but they'd get into trouble for it. And I don't want to do that. But the gym, evidently there was a lot of murders in there. People crushed with weights. That's a draft. That's a car on the highway. Can hear the tires. So we're not doing too bad tonight. We've got 2 strange EVPs. It's kind of what we wanted to do. At least get something that it's along that creepy factor. Maybe David. And I've been told this by the docents of the prison who do go in there to clean and go in there to take care of it. They've really not gotten that much evidence in there. Destination Fear, which is now Project Fear, got 1 EVP in there, and that was David Blackwell, the spirit saying his name. Kalani Ghost Hunter, who broadcasts here on Twitch, he did an EVP session in there, got an EVP. And I think one of the TV show went in there and did the same and got 1 EVP. They're spending an hour inside this thing and they get 1. They get more evidence in last night's cells and execution viewing than they do inside the chamber itself. But they got scared a minute. But yeah, there's other areas in that prison that are 10 times more scary. If I ever get into the... If I never get into the execution chamber, will I be disappointed? I want to say that I've been...
I want my duck!
Thank you, Tundra. That was loud. Appreciate that, bud. Would I be disappointed? Yeah, if they never let me in there, but I get it. I understand. I want to go in there to be able to say I've covered every piece of that prison possible. Everything but the gym. And honestly, and I'll be bold about it, I'd be the only investigator to do that. There's areas that they don't. Like I said, they want me to be a docent. I think right now they consider me a remote docent. It doesn't cost more. It all costs the same. I've been there 4 years in a row now. They know they can trust me. I've brought them a lot of investigators. I broadcast the evidence live on Twitch so people can come in and experience the possibility of investigating Nevada State Prison. I do a lot of social media about it. I had 5K points, all good. So I do what I can to help them, and they know it. And I give them written or typed copies of all the evidence, as well as every piece of evidence that we save here. I put onto a thumb drive and give to them so they could have it, so they could play it for whoever they want. If they want to keep it for the prison, so be it. But they let other investigators hear the evidence that we've gotten here. I make 2 files, a file with everything, then I make a file with the best of the prison. Because as I've said, we've had class A, B, and C EVPs. I'll put best of in the class A will go on best of. The rest of it just goes into the files. So future investigators can go in and say, hey, we focus on this area. This is where they got this evidence. And it brings more people in when they hear this evidence. And for those that have been here for a while, let me ask you a question. From the evidence we've gotten on this show, would you like to go investigate Nevada State Prison if you could, to see if you can get more evidence? If money was not an object, would you do it? Thank you, David. Investigators line up for NSP. And it's humbling. It's humbling to know the impact that you've made on people to where they want to go someplace and investigate because they've seen the evidence that you've gotten in that location. And they want to go and see for themselves. And I tell them, you better have your head screwed on tight the first investigation. And if Deds was in here, he'd tell you, your first investigation of the prison, it'll shake you. It will shake you to the core. Because it's like, from what I've heard, going to prison for your first night, they go after the fish. And they go after you your first night there. They did me. That's a car. But yeah, then once the spirits get to know you, keep going back. They will remember you. So yeah, guys, take that with a grain of salt. I mean, it's my obsession, but it's also it's a very humbling experience for me to bring you guys this evidence. Like I said, I don't listen to it before I play it here. I get to experience this for the first time with you guys when we hear it. Yeah, I was there to investigate, but I don't listen to the recorders. I wait till later. I don't even think I look at the pictures until I get home. No, I don't know if that's a car or if that's talking in the background. Moose, that's exactly, you're same page, bud. Same page. We're going to find out. Let's go and do some noise reduction. And play. Yeah, that's traffic. That's traffic. But it kind of it's got the same same tone to it. It's got the same qualities. So that's why it's so distant, we wouldn't get it anyway. We wouldn't be able to clean that up if we wanted to. All right, Tundra, we'll be here, bud. We'll definitely be here. Never mind. Fine. Be that way. Don't be back. Stay. So you can see the potential sounds, potential evidence we get when nothing is in the prison. So everybody's been out of here for over 25 minutes now. Oh, well, yeah, about 25 minutes everybody's been off the grounds. So you wanted to refresh to see your sub badge. Nice. I'm going to have to contact the guy and get more sub badges for people who have been here longer than, wow, 2 years. That's a car. So right now, I would say that if we're looking at a time frame, this would be 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, maybe. So look at this. We've got spikes all over. We got shit all over this recorder. This is good. Cake badge. I don't even know that one. I got it for something.
Are you in here?
Semi. I think the longest show I've done on Twitch is like 4 hours. I'll tell you, even approaching 3 hours, analyzing paranormal gets tough. You know, aside from Twitch, I think the longest I've spent analyzing evidence was like 8 hours, and my eyes were so fried afterwards I couldn't I couldn't even open my eyes afterwards. I I think next year, depending on, I might try to go to TwitchCon. Think if we can get this channel up, get it popular, get it trending. Just to go to TwitchCon, just not only to get the badge, but to get my name out there a little bit. Because like I said, I'm the only one on Twitch that analyzes paranormal evidence. I am the only one. And it's like, it's so limited. It's so limited to even get your name out there. It's hard to promote, I ain't gonna lie. Because people, they want to see video, they want to see ghosts, they want to see all that. You know, and it's like, you got your paranormal investigators, people are interested in the paranormal, your TV fans, and the rest. And the movies, then the rest. Oh, what's this? This is what we do to find the evidence that you see on the TV shows. And think about it. When you see these TV shows, and I've talked about this many times. Let's wait for this bump first. The last time Ghost Adventures did the Goldfield Hotel, they basically were there for a week. They took them 2 to 3 days to black out all the windows in the hotel, and they spent the next 3 days investigating, then the next 2 days taking all the sheets down. For 3 days, they basically stayed in that hotel. So basically, they had 72 hours of evidence to go over. Take, what, 2-3 weeks to go over all of it? Then they gotta clip it and put a show together. People don't realize doing those shows, when they go in, you're not just seeing a couple hours of investigating. You're seeing 2, 3, 4, 5 days plus. Then analyzing it, editing it, clipping it, and putting it into the show. We're basically the prelude to what they do on the TV shows. I've seen ghost stream, but they invite a ghost hunting team. All the viewers clip. Or they stream in there. Okay. Ghost show, not Bigfoot. What, Tundra? Did you go out in the woods and Bigfoot touch you in your special place? I've been asked about that too. Hey Brent, you ever thought about getting into UFOs and all that? I'm not getting into cryptozoology. It's hard enough being in the paranormal. Takes enough time. Getting into cryptozoology would I'd never work. I'd have to be a bum. Bigfoot's a hide and seek champion. Don't believe in Bigfoot? Fair enough. I believe in Bigfoot. I believe in Chupacabra. I believe in Loch Ness. All that. I believe in all that. You know, it's just like believing in aliens. I think they're aliens living in our oceans, in the depths. I think there might be aliens in Antarctica. There's areas of Antarctica they will not show us on camera. Why? Why aren't they showing us all of Antarctica on camera? They're saying now with the Antarctic thawing, they're finding pyramids. Lake monsters you're unsure of. Well, if they have catfish that are 20 feet long, damn well better believe there's lake monsters. Because what are those catfish feeding off of? You know, it's and I hate bringing religion into it. You guys know this. With UFOs, with anything like that, if you're religious at all, God just didn't say, okay, here's earth, here's man and woman, and there's nothing else. We're just going to make everything else pretty to look at. And there's no other intelligent life out there. We're just going to make it light up the night sky. But God created the heavens and the earth, heavens being the sky. X-Files show some of the myth, even with war like the U-boat. I can't really touch on this on the channel live, but I'll say it because I don't care. Years ago, we're talking, I was like 18, 17, I was like 18, 19 years old. A lot of people don't know I used to hustle pool for a living. I had a regular job, then I'd spend another 10 hours at the pool hall hustling. I used to shoot pool with a guy who worked at Area 51. Excuse me, Groom Lake. He got drunk one night and started talking. A lot. A couple days later, he disappeared. And I mean, nobody heard from him ever again. He started talking about declassified files in TV shows, saying watch certain shows and use your best judgment. This is taken from files, true UFO files that were declassified. And it was like, really? He's like, dude, he goes, I've seen stuff that I can't talk about, but I'll tell you this. And not long after that, he disappeared. So it's like, wow. All right, Tundra, have a good night, man. Thanks for being here. Do appreciate it. Even Mythbusters were not allowed to show the ice bullet. Yeah. I've seen a lot of theories on that one. So what's being hidden from us as a human race? And I think I can say this fairly certainly, without any uncertainty. If we were told all the stuff they didn't want us to know, there'd be mass hysteria all over the globe. Man at base is an idiot. We couldn't handle it. The majority couldn't handle it. Those of us that are into the paranormal, cryptozoology, UFOs, 5% of the population, we'd be like, we already knew. Big deal. Can we have a beer with them? The new flying... Yeah. Where's all this technology coming from? This instant new technology. It only took us, 65 years to go to the moon? From the Wright brothers' first flight until we landed on the moon. What was it, 65 years? Something like that? We're not alone. Life isn't all there is. This life isn't it. You know, it's, do we transfer to another plane? Do we go to a distant place? Is it all tied together? Quite possible. It is all quite possible. Well, aliens, they found test dolls. Test dolls, my ass. Kennedy also said before the 60s end, that's why they had to be in 69. Yeah, look at the dates. I mean, to have technology expand that far in that short a time, yes, it's man's drive to achieve, but yeah, I'll just leave it at that, guys. And I do believe we've been going over 3 hours. We've had a hell of a show tonight. We've had two pretty creepy EVPs of doors, curtains being drawn, and the execution door being open, or what sounded like. So we have had a great night. I am going to call it here, though. We made 3 hours. That was what I wanted to do. There's a guy that I've worked for NASA who said there are no report of UFO aliens. I'd ask the guys who have been to space, some of the astronauts who can't say anything or said something on their deathbed. Most astronauts now say they see weird shit when they're in space. Could it be satellites? Quite possible. But anyways, guys, TM, Tundra, David, Moose, Vexus, who am I forgetting? Everybody else, I'm just going to say everybody else, thank you so much for being here tonight, analyzing the paranormal, talking a little shit about aliens, cryptozoology, and a little bit of everything else. I will be back on tomorrow evening for a show, but there will not be one Sunday, as like I said, as I have to work. And then Monday we'll be back to normal, about 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for about an hour and a half show. So until tomorrow night, guys, have a great night. God bless, and I'll see y'all later. Thanks again.